Welcome to News Brief. Okay, kicking things off today with some political and governance shifts. We've got a pretty surprising headline coming out of Washington.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
A nominee for the Bureau of Labor Statistics has actually suggested eliminating the monthly jobs report.
Wow, eliminate it. That's a big one.
Yep.
I mean, beyond the obvious confirmation battle that probably starts, taking away that data point,
Right.
it could seriously impact, economic transparency, makes it much harder to see what's really going on with the labor market. It definitely raises questions about public access to key info.
Yeah, it really does. And at the same time, the administration seems to be widening its net for new Federal Reserve Chair candidates, looking for more diverse options, it seems.
Interesting timing.
And then closer to home, here in D.C., that federal oversight for the D.C. police, it's been extended past the first 30 days.
Yes, I saw that. And it's causing quite a stir, isn't it?
Definitely. Significant concern. African-American leaders here are feeling sort of besieged by it, is the word being used. Mayor Bowser called it disturbing.
Yeah, you can see why. It really feeds into those wider conversations about the federal government stepping into local police matters, especially when you hear about these reported plans for a national rapid reaction military force for riots.
And the L.A. National Guard deployment is under legal review too, right?
Exactly. It all highlights this ongoing tension, this push and pull between federal authority and, well, local control.
Okay, and just quickly on the campaign trail, early days, but we're seeing some Senate candidacies pop up. Sherrod Brown, Democrat from Ohio, is giving it another go after losing before.
Right. And down in Alabama, Republican Barry Moore is really leaning into that pro-Trump conservative label.
Got it. Okay, let's shift gears now. Let's talk immigration policy and the impact on communities.
Yeah.
USCIS, that's U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, they've announced some pretty big changes.
Yeah, this is really important for a lot of families. It's about how they calculate age for the Child Status Protection Act, the CSPA.
How's it changing?
Well, starting August 15th, they're switching to using the final action dates table from the visa bulletin. So instead of maybe when you filed, it's about when a visa is actually available, it's a much stricter way of calculating it.
And the impact?
The big worry is that minors, especially from places with long backlogs like India, could age out. They could turn 21 based on this new calculation before their visa number comes up and lose their spot as a child dependent.
So the advice is?
Get everything filed before August 15th if you possibly can. It's become really urgent for those families.
Okay, really critical deadline there. And sticking with immigration but shifting focus, Congresswoman Julie Johnson in Texas. She sent a letter.
Yeah, to the Dallas police chief. She's asking for transparency about any collaboration they have with IC Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Specifically wants to know if they're part of that 287G program.
That's the one where local police act sort of like immigration agents.
Exactly. She's raising concerns about civil rights, and community trust if the local police are doing immigration enforcement.
Makes sense. And we're seeing reactions elsewhere, too.
We are. In Los Angeles, there have been calls for peaceful 24-hour protests and vigils against certain immigration policies. And the LA School District is looking at how to better protect students, especially after a detention happened near a school recently. It really shows the direct impact these things have.
Right. It's close to home for many communities. Okay, let's try and unpack this next big topic, global economic crossroads. It feels like a lot is happening at once here, starting with tariffs.
A lot is happening. Yeah, new U.S. tariffs just went into effect. They hit over 60 countries plus the European Union. Rates are 10% or more.
Any specifics?
It's 15% on imports coming from the EU, Japan, and South Korea. And it jumps to 20% for products from Taiwan, Vietnam, and Bangladesh.
Wow. So what does that do to the average U.S. tariff rate?
Pushes it up to 18.6%, which, believe it or not, is the highest it's been since 1933.
1933, that's significant. And the stated goals are the usual ones. Protect local industry, boost manufacturing.
Yeah, protect the local industries, incentivize manufacturing and jobs here, and also, well, generate revenue. That's the official line.
But here's the twist, right? China.
Exactly. At the same time all this is happening, the president signed an order extending the suspension of higher tariffs on China. Gives it another 90 days until November 10th, and China immediately announced they'd do the same, reciprocate.
So why the different approach with China?
Well, the administration cited ongoing talks, national security, economic security issues, and they actually acknowledged notable progress from China's side. The U.S.-China Business Council thinks this extension is pretty key to maybe getting a bigger, more comprehensive deal worked out down the line.
Okay, so some de-escalation there. But not everywhere. India is facing new tariffs.
Right. India got hit with an additional 25%, bringing their total tariff rate up to 50%. And this was explicitly linked to their purchases of Russian oil. The expectation is a strong impact on Indian exporters.
50%. Wow, and Switzerland.
Switzerland's facing a new 39% tariff on their goods. Apparently, diplomatic talks failed, and there are even threats of much higher rates, like 200% on pharmaceuticals, 100% on chips. It's getting serious.
And Mexico.
Mexico is still dealing with that 25% tariff on goods not covered by the TEMEC agreement. That's the U.S.-Mexico-Canada deal. Negotiations there are apparently still ongoing.
So with all this shuffling, these tariffs going up, some pauses, what are we actually seeing in the economy? What are the impacts?
Well, we're starting to see some effects. Reports of stagnant hiring, definitely increased inflationary pressure, things costing more. Housing values have actually been declining since April. And the U.S. trade imbalance for the first half of the year was enormous, $582 billion.
Oof. And globally?
You see it there, too. Like German industrial production dropped 1.9% in June, and that was linked back to previous tariffs. So, yeah, there's just a lot of uncertainty right now. Which rates apply to which countries, which products? It's a really complex picture.
Okay, let's pivot now to health innovations and some interesting everyday insights. First up, cannabis and THC levels.
Yeah, there's now confirmed findings that higher THC levels do increase the risk of psychosis. It seems particularly pronounced in younger users who use heavily.
Important information there. And something about long COVID.
Yes, researchers have managed to identify specific viral protein fragments in the blood of long COVID patients. This is really promising because it could become a biomarker, a way to diagnose it more definitively.
That would be a huge step forward. And what else from the research world?
Some fascinating brain stuff. Apparently, certain brain regions, like the ones that process touch, seem to age more slowly than we thought.
Really? Interesting.
And another one, they've linked defective mitochondria, the sort of powerhouses of our cells, to memory loss in neurodegenerative diseases. And even developed a tool that managed to restore memory in animal studies.
Restore memory. That's incredible.
Isn't it? And just a couple more quick ones. A parasite, Schistosoma mansoni, seems to hide from the immune system by actually suppressing pain or itching signals when it enters the skin. Clever in a way.
Wow, okay.
And maybe less dramatically, research suggests your personality might predict how satisfied you'll be after getting your teeth whitened. Also, lavender aromatherapy seems to help improve sleep and reduce delirium in patients after brain surgery. A nice, simple intervention. Oh, and they're identifying plant protein blends, good for muscle recovery, though you need more of it than whey protein. And work continues on oxytocin, that love hormone, understanding how it shapes our brains for social behavior.
Fascinating range of health news there. Okay, quick cultural note before we wrap up. Taylor Swift fans, take note.
Yes.
She's announced her 12th studio album. It's going to be titled The Life of a Showgirl.
Ah, okay. Album number 12. And for movie buffs, what's coming out?
Let's see. The sequel, Nobody 2, is out Friday. Looks action-packed. And for the family, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles drops on Sunday. Plus, the usual mix of thrillers, rom-coms, documentaries hitting screens.
Good mix.
And finally, just a brief mention of ongoing news. The investigation continues into that shooting that happened yesterday at a Target in Austin, Texas. Still developing.
Right, details are still emerging there.
So from, the big geopolitical moves in trade down to how lavender might help after surgery, we've covered a lot of ground based on these recent reports.
We really have. It makes you think, doesn't it? So maybe the question for you, the listener, is this. When you see all these rapid shifts, sometimes policies that even seem to contradict each other across trade, how governments are operating, even health advice, how might all these things, these seemingly separate decisions, actually connect and collectively reshape our daily lives? And maybe global dynamics, too, in ways we don't expect over the next few months.
That is definitely something to think about. Thank you for joining us today. We hope this helps you keep exploring the fascinating world around you.